Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Deductive and Inductive Reasoning. We are already at our 14th week, and for week 14, our topic is about logical arguments. So for this week, we will define logical arguments, and we will also compare and contrast inductive and deductive arguments. So for logical argument, we have the formal scheme, which is major premise, minor premise, and the conclusion. And for the inductive and deductive arguments, we will be identifying which or what argument is considered as inductive and what argument is considered as deductive. So let's proceed to our discussion. So of course, we have here logical argument is usually considered as a set of propositions containing premises and a conclusion. So, like what I have said, the premises that we have in logical argument is the major premise, minor premise, and of course, the conclusion. So, the formal schema for it is we have the major premise, which is the principle or general fact. We have the minor premise for particular fact and conclusion, which results of two premises. So I will show you a video example about logical argument, and after showing a video about the logical argument, next that I will be showing is a video about deduction and induction arguments, or deductive and inductive reasoning. So let's proceed to our videos that will help us to understand more our week 14 topics and lessons.
Oracle syllogism in standard form. So we have the major premise, the minor premise, and then the conclusion. This is the order in which these elements appear. For a more detailed discussion of the major premise and the major term, the minor premise and the minor term, please see the videos, what are the terms of a syllogism and what are the major and minor premises in a categorical syllogism. Let's take a look at an argument. All cows are mammals, all mammals are animals, so all cows are mammals. To put the argument in standard form, we look to the conclusion and we find the minor term and the major term. And then we look to see which of the two sentences that are the premises contain each of those terms. And then we organize those premises accordingly so that we end up with all mammals are animals, all cows are mammals, and all cows are animals. And as you can see in the standard form version on the right side, with just the letters M, P, and S, you've got the major, minor, and middle terms articulated, and the order is standard form. Here are a couple more things to think about when you're thinking about the categorical syllogism. One is there are 256 permutations of the categorical syllogism. Each syllogism is a combination of 1, 2, or 3 proposition types. That is, a syllogism is either 3 iterations of an A proposition, an E proposition, an I proposition, or an O proposition, or some combination thereof. Remember, the A proposition is the universal affirmative, the E proposition is the universal negative, the I proposition is the particular affirmative, and the O proposition is particular negative. Finally, some categorical syllogisms are valid, some are not. For discussions of validity and methods of testing an argument for validity and methods of testing a categorical syllogism for validity, please see the relevant videos.
Think of three categorical propositions. Nasaan tong three categorical propositions na to? Eto, nandito yung all men are mortal. Okay? Ang tawag dyan ay major premise. Okay? Major premise. Yung susunod, na categorical proposition, ang tawag dyan ay minor premise. At yung panghuli, ang tawag dyan ay conclusion. Ito yung sinasabi natin dito na three categorical propositions. Okay? Yung all men are mortal, Pedro is a man, ergo Pedro is mortal. The first categorical proposition is called the major premise. The second categorical proposition is the minor premise. And the third categorical proposition is called the conclusion. Okay. Ngayon, yan na ba ang ibig sabihin ng categorical syllogism? Hindi pa. Hindi lang siya argument with three categorical propositions, kundi meron din siyang three terms na nag-e-exist. Okay? Three terms. Ano tong three terms na yan? Ang tawag dito ay yung major term. Meron din tayong tinatawag na minor term. At meron din tayong tinatawag na middle term. Ngayon, paano natin mahahanap itong mga terms na yan? Okay. Ang sabi natin, ang middle term, okay? Ang middle term ay laging predicate of the conclusion and is found in the major premise. Okay. Ang major term daw ay laging predicate, no, ng conclusion. Kaya kung pupuntahan natin itong syllogism na ito, puntahan natin yung conclusion. Nasaan yung conclusion? Ito, yung conclusion. Okay, yan yung conclusion. So, ano yung predicate ng conclusion na yan? Ito, mortal. Yan. Yan ang predicate ng conclusion. Pero, yan na ba yun? Hindi pa. Kasi ang sinasabi sa definition, and is found in the major premise. Mahanap din daw sa major premise. So, nasaan yung major premise? Yan yung major premise. Okay? Matatagpuan ba itong mortal na ito? Okay? Doon sa major premise? Yes. Okay? Ayun, no? Mortal. Ayan. So, ibig sabihin, mortal ang ating major term. Now, what about the minor term? The minor term is the subject of the conclusion and is found in the minor premise. Okay. So, ang minor term naman, mahanap sa subject ng conclusion at mahanap din sa minor premise. So, puntahan natin kaagad yung conclusion. Ito yung conclusion, di ba? Ngayon, ang minor term ay subject ng conclusion. Asan yung subject? Ito, Pedro. Yan. Yan pala ang subject ng conclusion. And, sabi rito, is found in the minor premise. Puntahan natin minor premise, makikita din natin ito. Ayan. Ibig sabihin, yan ang ating minor term. Now, what about the middle term? The middle term is defined as found in the premises, okay? Found in the premises, but not in the conclusion. Ayan, mahanap daw sa dalawang premises, pero hindi mo mahanap sa conclusion. So, palagay ko, alam nyo na kung ano yung middle term. Eto, yan yung middle term. Kasi nandoon siya sa dalawang premises, sa major premise and minor premise, at wala sa conclusion. Ngayon, yan na ba ang ibig sabihin ng categorical syllogism? Hindi. Kasi dapat itong mga terms na to twice makikita sa syllogism. Very important yan. Twice dapat makikita ang mga terms na yan. Maliwanag? Kaya kung ating i-review yung categorical syllogism, mortal dito, nandito rin siya. Dalawang beses siya nag-appear sa syllogism. Yung Pedro, being the minor term, dalawang beses din siya nakita. Okay? Yung men, dalawang beses din siya nakita. Kaya ito ang ibig sabihin ng isang categorical syllogism. Maliwanag? So again, let us define what a categorical syllogism is. A categorical syllogism is an argument consisting of three categorical propositions: the major premise, the minor premise, and the conclusion. It is also consists of three categorical terms: the major term, which is the predicate of the conclusion and is found in the major premise; the minor term, which is the subject of the conclusion and is found in the minor premise; and the middle term, which is found in two premises but not in the conclusion, each appearing twice. So guys, yan ang categorical syllogism. In the next videos which I will be uploading, we will be talking about the 7 general rules in order for us to come up with a valid categorical syllogism. Kasi kung iisipin niyo, madali lang palang gumawa ng isang categorical syllogism, meron tayong mga hakbang para sabihin na tama ang ating categorical syllogism. So that's it for this video.
So I will show you another video. I think the next video that I will show you is about the deductive and inductive argument for deduction and induction. So we have here, for the videos that I have showed in our presentation, I will just post it to our Google Classroom, especially the link, so I will be able to share it to you for your future references, especially for us to understand more about week 14 lesson and topic.
Inductive reasoning and the other one is deductive reasoning. So ano ba yung pinagkaiba guys ng dalawa? Sabi dito guys, inductive reasoning takes a specific example to make a general rule. Samantalang ang deductive naman guys, kabaliktaran niya, takes general rule to use in a more specific example. So, ano ba ang pinagkaiba talaga ng dalawang yan? In short guys, pag sinabing inductive reasoning, mula sa mga example na nakikita natin, saka tayo gagawa ng isang conclusion. Samantala guys, ang deductive naman, mula sa conclusion, magbibigay tayo ng mga specific example. Okay? Now, let's try to have, guys, ang kanilang pinagkaiba. So dito guys, pag sinabing inductive reasoning, it's from specific to general. Magbibigay kami ng maraming example, pagkatapos ng maraming example, saka magja-generalize. Pag deductive naman guys, mula sa isang generalization, saka magbibigay ng maraming example. Ang ginagawa ko guys, minsan ako po, sa video natin guys, more on deductive tayo. Binibigay ko muna sa inyo guys yung mga definition, saka tayo nagbibigay ng mga reasoning after, di ba? So yung ginagawa po natin. Pag sinabi guys naman, pag in terms of dealing with facts guys, pag ikaw ay gumamit guys ng pattern, trends, o observation na nakita mo sa ginagawa mo, inductive yun. Kasi after mo magawa ng mga pattern, saka mo siya sasagutan. Sabi mo, ay may pattern, inductive yun guys. Pero guys, kapag may given statement na siya, tapos pinaniniwala mo yung general statement siya, tapos nagbigay ka ng other conclusion out of it, deductive naman yun. Okay? Pag sinabi guys naman, you are judging based on your experiences, naranasan mo to, naranasan mo to, naranasan mo to, at tingin mo pare-pare sa mangyayari guys doon, inductive yun. Okay? Parang kunyari guys, sinabi mo na ang math teacher mo ay nung elementary ay magaling sa math. Siyempre, math teacher nga eh. Sa high school ay magaling sa math. Sa college, lahat ng teacher din sa math, magagaling. Parang, based on experience mo on a certain thing, nagawa ka ng reasoning base sa experience mo. Pag sinabi naman guys, deductive reasoning, you're judging based on logical progression. O for example, in general way guys, sabi mo, lahat ng teacher sa math magagaling. Ibig sabihin, ma-elementary man yan, ma-high school, ma-kinder o ma-college, lahat sila magagaling. Yun po yung pinagkaiba ng dalawa. At para guys, mas malaman natin yung pinagkaiba ng dalawa, magbibigay tayo guys ng tig-5 example. At hayaan ko kayong hulaan, bibilangan ko pa kayo para masagutan ninyo kung ano ba yung given nating sagot sa bawat nating logical reasoning na ibibigay. So, mag-start tayo guys, syempre sa inductive. Inductive reasoning, so remember, from specific to general, We're looking for patterns. More on example tayo bago ang kasagutan. Now, determine the number of 3, 6, 9, 12, blank, blank. So, tingin nyo guys, ano yung sagot? Okay, very good. Ang sagot nyo po ay 15 at 18. Anong reason nyo guys? Because siya po ay divisible ng 3 o multiple po sila ng 3. So, ang ginawa ko dyan, very good. We have 3 times 1 is 3, 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 3 is 9, 3 times 4 is 12. Siyempre, times 5 at times 6 is sunod na number, kaya naging 15 at saka 18. So, very good guys. So, anong ginawa nyo guys dito? Siyempre, you use your pattern. So, 6, 9, 12, pattern po to ng mga divisible ng 3 na multiply sa consecutive number, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at 6. So, very good kayo dyan guys. So, inductive reasoning, maraming example, nakuha nyo yung sagot. Okay? Next guys, same reasoning. I'm going to read. The teacher gave the student easy tests or quizzes every week. Therefore, you can conclude that the next quiz or test will be, anong tingin nyo? Very good. Siya po ay magiging easy pa din. Since yung binigay nga nung week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4 ay madadali, eventually, yung week 5 na exam, madali pa rin po. Easy. Since nagawa mo ng example yung week 1, week 2, week 3, at saka week 4. So guys, ulitin natin. From specific to general. Let's have our third example guys. Itinabangin ko sa inyo. My math teacher is strict. Strict daw math teacher mo ngayon. Your previous math teacher is strict nung grade 7. Yung cousin daw, yung teacher sa math ng yung cousin ay strict din. So what can you say about all math teachers? They are all, tama po kayo, they are all strict. Hindi ko pa naman sinasabi sa guys sa sagot. Alam kong alam nyo ng sagot. Lahat sila stricto kasi nag-set ka ng mga example based on your previous experiences. At yun po yung tinatawag na inductive reasoning. You're setting some example guys, and after that, you make a concluding idea. So let's have number 4 natin, reasoning. Study the pattern given. I'm going to count 1 to 5. Ano maging sagot dyan? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's reveal our answer guys. Ang sagot po ay, ano po yan? Very good po. That is a hexagon. So, given po natin ay 3-side triangle, 4-side quadrilateral, 5-side o 5-side which is pentagon. Siyempre, ang sunod ay hexagon. So, which is 6 sides. So, ang binasa nyo po ay mga number ng sides. Very good, guys. Okay? Regardless guys ng kulay, pinag-uusapan natin guys ay size. Sides rather. Number of sides. Okay? Example, pattern, inductive reasoning. Tandaan nyo po yan guys ha. Number 5, specific to general ulit. Hop. Is puso. Hop. May 3 puso. Anong sunod na pattern? Ilang puso kaya yan? Answer is 10 heart. Very good po. 10 heart siya because for every na number of heart increase 1 heart per level. O tama nga naman. Isang heart, naging 2 heart, naging 3 heart. On the next level, magiging po siya 4 heart. Okay, kaya po first level, second level, third level, fourth level, naging 4 heart po siya. So that will be specific to general. Okay? So simple-simple guys sa reasoning na yon. Maraming example tapos may general statement tayo. Now, sabi dito guys, when you're trying to deal with inductive reasoning, you take specific example to make a general rule. Tandaan nyo guys, use your pattern, sequences, order, or anything that is common based on that example. Sabi nga dito guys, user experiences para malaman mo yung common sa bawat isa saka ka magsabi ng given. For example nga, gato ito, alam ko makaka-relate kayo dito. Sabihin ng isang babae, pag nasaktan siya, ang isang lalaki manloloko. Manloloko daw ang boyfriend niya, ex-boyfriend niya. Manloloko din ang ex-boyfriend niya sumunod. Ay isipin niya, general statement. Sabi niya, lahat ng lalaki manloloko, di ba? Example po siya ng inductive reasoning. Di ba? Di naman lahat, guys, di ba? Okay, now, that is inductive reasoning. Now, let's have some more example on deductive reasoning. Pag sinabing deductive reasoning, guys, it's general to specific. We stated a general facts or information. After yun, guys, saka tayo magagawa ng mga example. So, make a conclusion out of the given statement below. So, Filipinos are religious, JV sa Filipino, therefore we can conclude that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the answer is, we conclude that JB is religious. Sir, paano nangyari yun? General to specific. Let's try to study guys yung ating rules. Dito kasi guys, yung Filipino are religious, siya yung ating general statement. Tapos nagbigay tayo ng isang example na si JB daw ay Pilipino. Therefore guys, makukulod natin na si JB ay religious since siya ay Pilipino. Pag nabigay pa ako ng pangalan dyan, kunyari, bigay ko pangalan ng Kevin, si Kevin ay Pilipino, sabihin mo, ay relihiyoso yan. Pilipino yan eh. Gets nyo ako guys? Kunyari, balik tayo natin ng example kanina na sinabi ko. Ang sabi daw, lahat ng lalaki manloloko. Kung si JB ay lalaki, di manloloko din ako. Diba? Gets nyo ako ibig sabihin ko? Kung si Justin ay lalaki, di manloloko din siya. Example guys lang general to specific. Pero wag lalahatin, di ba? So that's an example of general to specific. So other example tayo guys. Next example natin. Ang quadrilateral daw ay may 4 side. So quadrilateral is a polygon with 4 sides. Square is is 4-sided. Therefore we conclude that anong conclusion natin guys? Ang conclusion natin na ang square ay isang quadrilateral since 4 ang kanyang sides. So ano guys ang general statement nandito? Yung tungkol sa very good. Tungkol po sa quadrilateral, which is quadrilateral is a polygon with 4 sides. Ang square daw ay quadrilateral. Pag nagbigay ako dyan guys ng rectangle, pag nagbigay ako dyan ng trapezoid, matic, quadrilateral yan. Since ang general statement natin ng quadrilateral ay may 4 sides. Very good. General statement, 2 is specific. Gets? Okay. Now, pag deductive reasoning, guys, another example is here. All number ended in 0 and 5 are divisible by 5. The numbers 100 and 35 ends in 0 and 5. Therefore, we conclude that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ano sagot niya? Tama po kayo guys. Therefore, we conclude that yung number 100 at number 35 ay divisible ng 5. Since ang dulo ng 100 ay 0 at ang 35 ay 5. Diba? General statement 2 is specific. Next example guys. Yan. All Filipino heroes are brave. Andres Bonifacio, ang ama ng Katipunan, ay isang Filipino hero. Ibig sabihin, guys, therefore you conclude that very good. We conclude that Bonifacio is brave. Si Rizal man yan, si Apolinario Mabini man yan, lahat po sila ay Pilipinong hero, then they are brave. Very good. So, another example, guys. Acute angle is less than 90 degree. Angle B measure 40 degree. Therefore, we conclude that from general to specific again, guys. Okay, very good. Si angle B po ay isang an acute angle. Like me, acute angle. Okay? So this example po of deductive reasoning. So sabi guys, pag we're looking for some example guys, so nakita nyo naman po yung example natin. From general statement guys, nag-produce po tayo ng iba't ibang example. Ang tawag po sa kanya guys ay deductive reasoning. So gumamit po tayo ng isang malaking broad na idea tapos gumawa tayo ng mga example nito. Use general information as a basis for conclusion. Very good. At guys, we're looking for logical progression. From a bigger idea, pinaliliit po natin siya unti-unti. At doon po tayo naggagawa ng conclusion based sa ating nakitang general idea. Okay? So, that is difference between inductive reasoning and deductive reasoning. So, I hope you learn something na ito pala yung pinagkaiba ng dalawa. Simple lang guys. Pag sinabing inductive is specific to general. Pag deductive, general to specific. Now guys, para malaman natin if you really understand our lesson for today or not, I'm going to leave you 5 item and sulat nyo po guys kung ano po siyang reasoning. Kung kaya nyo sagutan din guys, okay lang. So I'm just looking for the type of reasoning presented on each number. Okay? You have 5 minutes guys. Good luck. 5 minutes start now.
You have 10 minutes to finish your research. You rush into searching on Google, then you find a title that sounds credible. You enter the page and start reading with all your attention. By the time you read through the entire thing, you realize the content actually has nothing to do with the title. Ugh! You're so frustrated. But then you suddenly think of this cool productivity tool, Liner. Being super desperate, you download Liner and start searching again. What's this Mint line? Trusted by 35 Liner users? Sounds even more credible than the fancy
So for your activity requirements, please answer activity 1. So for activity 1, we have total of 10 items. So determine each of the following arguments, which are examples of inductive reasoning and or deductive reasoning. So this is for our week 14 activity, total of 10 items only. So for this week, we have defined the logical arguments, and also we had compare and contrast inductive and deductive arguments. So I will just post the video links that I have shared to you for our discussion. So thank you so much, everyone. Before ending the lesson, I would like to say thank you and share a Bible verse from the book of Mark, chapter 9, verse 23. Said Jesus, everything is possible for one who believes. So thank you and God bless.